Hey guys, Jason here. So in an earlier video I picked up one of these Mora Pro Robusts and absolutely love the knife. I have a separate video doing a full review of this. So if you're just watching this one, check out the other one. I got the full review on this Mora Pro Robust. But I'm going to do a couple of modifications to this. If you watched the earlier video, the spine failed. I don't think this particular Mora wasn't, I don't think they made it to be an outdoor bushcraft knife, but that's kind of what I wanted to use it for. Just multi-purpose. I would like it to be able to do many different things, and it will not strike a fire rod because the spine on this, I'm not sure if I can get that in there for you. Anyway, the spine on this is very, very uneven. It's not sharp at all. Alright, so I'm going to try to put a new edge on the spine. And you got to be really careful when doing this. I make knives, so you know when you're profiling your own knife and you're making it, it's no biggie. You can make it look however you want. This is already made. It's finished, it's heat treated, it's tempered. And what I'm going to be doing is I've got a 320 grit belt that I'm going to be using. And excuse the camera. When you're grinding this spine, you want to make sure to not get it too hot, and especially when you come over here to the tip, you got to do that fairly. You don't want to heat that tip up too much with the belt. You risk taking the temper out of it, or burning it, or discoloring it. So I'm gonna have to be careful. I'm a little leery about doing this, but I really want this spine to be sharp, so we're gonna do that. I do have a bucket of water over here. I'm going to stick this bucket of water, dip the blade in there to keep it cool. And so this will be the first modification I'm going to do to it. And then there's one more I'll save for the end and I'll show you guys. But let's see if I can't put an edge on this. Alright guys, I just finished up putting a new edge on the spine here. And if you can see in the glare, you got a nice smooth. I use a 320 grit belt. You can see the grind lines in there slightly, but that's okay. It's a little rough and that's how I want it. That'll strike the fire steel nice. Whoops, hit the window. But if you can see that, you can see how nice, and it doesn't look all uneven and bumpy. It's a nice flat. The edges are sharp now, so we'll give this a little, let's give this a little try. I shouldn't do this in my shop, but I'm going to do it anyway because that's how I roll. Alright, here's my fire steel ferro rod. Well, that seems to be working. Whoa. There we go. Had to get a little bit more of an angle. Now it's working. Woohoo! There we go. It's a little hard to do standing behind the camera, but whoa, I just messed up my blade. Let me see if I can get that off. Yep. All clean. Alright guys, so the first modification was the spine. It's got a nice smooth spine on there. There's one drawback. The only drawback to doing what I just did, this is a carbon steel blade, and it's got a nice finish on it to protect it. Even so, you want to oil it anyway. Keep it oiled. The other drawback to that is I have just, since I ground the spine, I exposed the bare carbon steel, and it is going to be much more prone to rust. So I need to be careful and keep that oiled. I just put some Hanwei oil on there. So just so if you guys ever modify your knives like this with a carbon steel, definitely make sure you got to keep it oiled. So the second modification, that was the first modification. Here's the second one. Was a nice black wet molded leather sheath I made for it, and fits great. Perfect snug fit. Really like it. And I didn't put a ferro rod loop on there. I'm getting into Kydex here pretty soon, and I'm gonna make a Kydex sheath and might do a ferro rod loop on there. But this knife, this sheath is extremely snug. My last video, the review for this, I guess I kind of knocked this sheath a little bit, and some people didn't like it. I'm not really trying to knock this sheath. For a stock sheath that comes with a blade, this is really good actually. It's just not for me. The other thing I don't like about this, I mean, it's an okay fit, but it's just, you can almost knock it out with your hand. There's a couple of times I hit this and it'll come out, maybe not this time. So, but, you know, the thing is, I hold this with 2 fingers, you know, I can pull it out with ease, just like that. To me, that's not very safe. You know, with this knife, it takes a much more effort to get it out of this sheath. And with a knife like a Mora, these are razor sharp. And I want to make sure that this knife is not coming out of its sheath unless I take it out. And I'm sorry, I don't trust this one. So I'm going with this. But that's it. We cleaned up the edge and made a sheath for it. In any case, if you guys are looking to pick one of these up, highly recommend it. Love it. Alright guys, that's it. Just wanted to show you those quick modifications. Have a good one.